Hey everybody, as you can see, I'm in a bedding cut right now. I wasn't planning on doing a video, but it is insane the number of beds in this tiny little bedding cut. This is maybe a half acre, probably more like a quarter to a half acre, but just literally this tiny little tree island in the middle of a huge egg country. So we cut this area hard last winter. I'm in here today because I'm double checking to make sure there's not buckthorn in here, because we've been treating buckthorn on this property, and this one is looking very clean, which is good. But I got to show this off because it is loaded with beds. Check it out. Alright, you can see just a sea of egg out there. Not much for cover at all, so we cut this little island to hold some deer. So here's what it's looking like. First spot you walk into, big old deer bed. Look at that, you can see the poop right there. So here was a bedroom. We cut this area because we figured it was clean. It looked clean last winter of buckthorn, and as I'm walking through here today, it's looking very clean. Lots of nice native shrubs, tons of chokecherry, and there's wild plum along the edges, which is awesome. As you can see, hinged another tree right here, and boom, another deer bed. They are using this entire cut, and look at this awesome, thick, dense native cover. Alright, beautiful little canopy bedroom right here. What do we got? Now that is a very well-worn bed. We have a little small secondary bed right here. Look at that though. That bed is getting worn out. Awesome. Man, it is just thick too. Looks fantastic. Alright, heading this way, we got another small spot for potential bedding. Other thing I'm looking is to make sure there wasn't too much settling where the deer can easily navigate through here. It's looking good. Into another nice pocket, and look at that. Another big old deer bed. Uh-oh, buckthorn. I'm gonna have to pause the video for a second. Kill that. Alright, back online. Another fantastic deer bed. Well, you would never know that this is just, a quarter to a half acre area. So look at that, we got our hinge box elder right there, and just a perfect little bedroom. Deer can slip out the back if they need to. There's plenty of room to head out that way. As they're sitting here, they can get out that way. It looks thick, but it's open in that way as well. So clearly they're appreciating the dense cover. Another big positive of busting open that canopy is we get some herbaceous growth as well. And look at that, we got soybeans all the way around this thing. And they're browsing heavily on the native plants here. Just shows you deer love diversity in their diet, just like we do. So this is kind of the center of the cut. Looking good. Finding a little more buckthorn than I'd like. You can see a little bit right here. I'm about to spray, but check out the big deer bed. Wow. Looks fantastic. I think any direction from me, the field edge is probably roughly 40 yards. So I'll give you an idea of how big it is. Not a big cut, maybe 50 yards. So even spots that look too tight to bed a deer, like this one, we still have a huge deer bed. But we still got a good escape out that way. And right where I'm standing, look at that, down to the bare dirt. Something's been laying there for a long time. Get that little piece of bone out of there. Awesome. Alright, so I just walked out from the middle of the cut. I was going to head out this edge. Got a really nice canopy here, and check this out. I told you there's a lot of old equipment in here. Look at that bed. It is huge. bedded right up against the, looks like an old manure spreader. Man, that's cool. Love seeing this. And you can see why the deer want to bed here. Check out the view. Right out there's the bean field. I can watch that. Escape hatch out that way. That way. Big one over here. And they love having a backstop even when it's a prickly looking manure spreader. Wow, pretty awesome. Oh yeah, and also fantastic canopy. Alright, I'm on the western edge, or getting to the western edge. Big beautiful bed right here. Got some nice regenerating box elder. There. Another, you can see the deer poop. Bed right there. Like these little grassy spots too. Looks like a small bed right here. Yeah, it is looking pretty darn fantastic. You're definitely relating to the cover. Oh, it looked like there might have been a bed here. Oh yeah. Right there. Really nice bed. Wow, that's a really good sized bed. I love it. Very cool. Well, there's a nice big bed. Nice escape hatch out that way. Now we are on the western edge here. I know there were spots up in these plums I wanted to try bed deer. See if I was successful. It's right up in there. I'm struggling to get over there. We're making that bed. Let's see what we got. No, doesn't look super well used. And here might be a little close to the edge. Just have to clean that back out. But we still got a good escape. I think it'll get used. Looking good. And as you can see, lots of old equipment in here. All these little groves out here loaded with junk from 100 years ago. This landowner wants to get it cleaned up, I know. It's tough because each one of his groves has a lot of this stuff. A lot of good scrap metal, I guess. Anyway, alright. We're out of the cut. So that was one I think we cut in maybe 2 hours. So when I go out to a property and do a consult, I always say at the end of the consult, if there's time and if it's applicable, I like to show guys how I like to cut in bedding. And that one was maybe a 2-ish hour cut. And you can see just how many deer beds there are in there from literally 2 hours of cutting. So sometimes it doesn't take much. Now I'm going to go back, I'm going to fill this squirt bottle with one more round of herbicide because there was one pocket of buckthorn in the middle I want to spray. Otherwise it was clean though. It's nice to see the natives, but look at that. I just popped out the one corner. I'm already the other corner, so I'm just trying to show you how big this thing is. It is not that big. But it's holding deer. Beautiful soybeans on the edge. I'm sure that's helping. Getting the deer to hang out in there. But that's it. Go down about another 40-50 yards and we'll hit the other corner. That's the bedding cut. Pretty cool. Alright, y'all take care. God bless.